This is He Knows His Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, I want to talk about Mikey Garcia will be demolished by Errol Spence Part 7. Oh yeah, I wore a special shirt for you guys, you haters out there that think that I'm just talking out of my butt. I'm just a Rudy Poo. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking out of my ass. You know, I'm just a fanboy. Here it is. See what it say? I'm not arguing. I'm simply explaining why I am right. That's for all y'all. For y'all to understand. Get it through your thick heads. Mikey Garcia will be demolished by Errol Spence. There are no two ways around it. That boy is going to get destroyed. I'm telling you this right now. I don't care what he does. I don't care if he eats those snack nutritious bars, you know, filled with illegal substances. I don't care if he's training with Victor Conte, who we all know has the Balco issues and all of these other allegations going on with him, which that right there within itself, if you're a Mikey Garcia fanboy or you prescribe to Mikey Garcia or he is the, you know, supposed hope for you, I don't know why you wouldn't sit there and not question that. You know, why wouldn't you sit there and allow that to not sink into your brain? This is why Errol Spence called him Kangaroo Jack. This is why Errol Spence called him out and said, man, look at his illegal steroid Kangaroo Jack butt. Because Errol Spence knows he has to act out of character if he's going to fight against Errol Spence. Right there, Errol Spence already won the battle of the minds. Right there, he's in that man's head. Right there, he's already won. This is what greatness is all about at the highest level. You know, things like what Floyd Mayweather talks about when he says, at this level, at this magnitude of the sport, Errol Spence has been there and done that, man. He shines great in the bright lights. Not saying Mikey Garcia does not shine in the bright lights, but his last few performances against guys that are way smaller and way lesser skill set than Errol Spence, he has had some kind of struggle in those fights. Even though he won, you know, unanimously, and he won eventually, you know, with him having, you know, kind of a blowout or winning in a good fashion, it took time, you know, and guys were landing shots on him. And they were actually hurting him a little bit. Could you imagine Spence's stunning power and his strength? And this is what people don't understand about Errol Spence. This man has the best technical punching placement in boxing. I'm going to say that again. This man has the best technical punching placement in boxing. And when he places those punches, he does it with thudding power. I'm going to say that again. He does it with thudding power. That means every punch is thrown with mean intentions, man. This guy, when he punches you, you feel it, man. This is why cats are pissing blood. This is why cats are having brain hemorrhage. This is why cats are sitting there after the fight. They're not the same mentally and physically. Because Spence doesn't only just beat you downstairs, he beats you upstairs, man. His body snatching work is second to none. I'm going to say that again. His body snatching work is second to none. This man destroys you, he demolishes you, and he demoralizes you. I'm going to say that again. This man destroys you, he demolishes you, and he demoralizes you. Spence is no joke, man. There's a reason why they call this dude the truth. Because when he comes in the building, it's like Paul Pierce, man. He's raining down that truth on you. Yeah, this is what cats don't understand. This is the thing, you know. In every generation, there are always going to be special cats in the sport of boxing. You've heard it from the Max Kellermans of the world. You know, you've heard it from Andre Wards of the world. You've heard it from Errol Spence's, I mean, not Errol Spence, but Floyd Mayweather's of the worlds. You know, and the list goes on and on. You know, you've heard it from cats, man. They tell you and they talk and they attribute, you know, to the greatness of Errol Spence. I mean, Oscar De La Hoya from Golden Boy is poaching Errol Spence. Oscar De La Hoya now, he's Mexican, right? He's warning Mikey Garcia. He's like, what? Why is Mikey Garcia taking that fight? That dude wants Errol Spence badly. He's been trying to poach Errol Spence away from PBC, from Al Heyman, which we all know nobody's leaving Al Heyman because Al Heyman takes care of his fighters like nobody's business. He pays them the best and he takes care of them. I mean, there's just no two ways around it. But the point is, Oscar De La Hoya, man, this is a guy that's revered in the Mexican community. You know, he's a great champion, and hats off to him. And you see, he wants Errol Spence. There's a reason for that. Freddie Roach, go listen to what he has to say about Errol Spence. You know, Errol Spence gets nothing but respect. You know, Sean Porter's dad, you know, Kim Porter, look what he had to say. He trained with Errol Spence in USA. Nothing but props to him. Barry Hunter, when he fought Lamont Peterson, nothing but props to Errol Spence. Everyone that you see in boxing circles that has been around Errol Spence, all of the cats in the Mayweather boxing gym, nothing but respect for Errol Spence, man. Go look at Anthony Yarde, that British fighter, the one that, you know, was saying at the time when Errol Spence fought Kell Brook. Kell Brook got more experience, man, but I seen Errol Spence when he sparred against Floyd Mayweather. I seen when he sparred against Sean Porter. He gave Mayweather that work. That dude is for real. He picked Errol Spence, and he said it emphatically. Chris Eubank, Errol Spence. You know, the list goes on and on, man, about cats that have testified, you know what I'm saying, and given props to Errol Spence. That says a lot, man. It speaks volumes because cats know what time it is, man. Unanimously, everyone is saying Errol Spence is going to win the fight. There's a reason for that. And you guys need to wake up and smell the coffee, man. And stop, you know, whatever you on. And go sit down and take a chill pill and come back to reality. Because the reality is Errol Spence is going to stop this fool in a 5-round TKO stoppage. I'm going to say that again. Errol Spence is going to stop this fool in a 5-round TKO stoppage. Only reason why I'm calling Mikey Garcia a fool is because out of all of the smart decisions that he's made up until this point, this has to be the dumbest, the stupidest, and the worst decision that he's ever made. I'm going to say it again. This has to be the dumbest, the stupidest, and the worst decision he's ever made in his boxing career. I don't know what he's on, man. Because, you know, now his brother / trainer Robert Garcia is going to say, all of a sudden, we see something. No, you ain't see nothing. You was the one trying to talk your brother off the ledge to not take the fight. You and your dad. Because you guys knew, man, when I first heard Mikey Garcia say he wanted to fight Spence, and I'm paraphrasing Robert Garcia's words. Man, I was telling him, you sure you want to take this fight, man? I don't know, man. You sure you don't want to, visit Lomachenko? What about Pacquiao? These are paraphrased quotes coming from Robert Garcia. So that within itself shows you why, Mikey Garcia shouldn't even take the fights, because there was doubts even in his camp. And now Robert Garcia want to change his tune all of a sudden and say, oh, every time I see Errol Spence, I see something more and more. Come on, man. That's rubbish, man. That's heresy at the highest level. Stop the presses and pump the brakes. I'm going to say that again. Stop the presses and pump the brakes. You know damn well that you are afraid. Right there, Spence has won the battle, because if your trainer / fighter, your trainer / brother is doubting, Spence has already won the battle. And if Mikey Garcia is getting out of character and doing things away from what he naturally does in each and every fight to win, Spence has already won the battle. Just look at the face-off, man. Look at the size differential. Mikey Garcia just doesn't understand how unmatched he is, man. How heavily unmatched he is. How he's just not in the same league and not in the same world and not even in the same planet with Errol Spence. He is heavily undersized. He's lacking power. He's lacking the weight. Errol Spence is just a naturally humongous dude, man. He is going to systematically break this dude down, man. The first round, I could see it's going to be a fill-out round. It's going to be competitive. The second round is going to start to heat up. Mikey going to make the stupid mistake to try to press on Errol Spence. Third round, Errol Spence is going to start to hurt Mikey Garcia. Fourth round, the damage is going to get more and more prevalent, and it's going to sink in. And by the fifth round, Spence is going to land the shots that's going to do away with Mikey Garcia. And he's going to be out of there by the fifth round. That's my prediction. Fifth round TKO stoppage. And if Spence is 120%, and shout outs to one of the cats that said it's going to be out of there. Spence is going to be out of there in under 5 rounds. I believe it. If Spence comes 120%, that's going to happen. But I believe Spence is going to get his butt out of there in the 5th round. Comment below, and let me know what you guys think. Is Mikey Garcia going to get demolished by Errol Spence? I believe so. This is He Knows His Sport, checking out.